as a bikini athlete, you're supposed to be on a very, very strict regime throughout the year. For a woman, I mean, it's like शादी करा देंगे, BA हो गई है, इसके बाद नहीं पढ़ोगे, शादी हो जाएगी. Na gin 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 gin, because this song is all about gin gin gin.
Lovely.
You just made me a singer. I am a singer's quote.
Today's guest is Supriya Sharma. I use the word special, but I think even the word special is an understatement when it comes to describing Supriya. Supriya, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
I am very well. Thank you, Anubhav. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you again. You are originally from Jammu and Kashmir, right? Then moved over to New Delhi in 2012.
Right.
You took an entrance exam to get into JNU. You placed first in the entrance exam. You got the only seat available in Chinese foreign policy at JNU. And then you went on to captain the handball team and then did wonders, won so many accolades for yourself in weightlifting, bodybuilding. So walk me through all of this. You know, I have all the different pieces in mind, but help me connect all the different pieces. And then we can touch upon each piece individually as well.
So 2012 was not when I went to JNU. 2012 was when I went to Delhi University to do my bachelor's.
Okay.
And 2012 to 2015 was my bachelor's in political science honors from Jesus and Mary College. Then I moved on to Jamia Millia. So I have done all the three universities in Delhi. Then I went to Jamia Millia Islamia for my master's in peace and conflict studies, which was from 2015 to 2017. 2017 to 18, I continued working. I was at the think tank, which is by the Ministry of External Affairs. And I also joined another think tank after that, which was the Observer Research Foundation. During my bachelor's, I was working with the Embassy of Mexico, and you know, I was always like interning here and there.
I believe you became the youngest Indian to win a gold in your category, which was the overall bikini category, right? At this bikini bodybuilding championship that took place in Atlanta, Georgia, May 2018. You were 23 years of age. Look, when I was 23, I was smoking and drinking all sorts of substances. So I can't imagine, you know, how can kids at the age of 23 be that focused? I wish, you know, someone had hammered some wisdom into me when I was 23.
I have never actually got into drugs or drinking ever. And this was not because I was into fitness, but my conscience kind of never allowed me because I moved to Delhi in 2012. I was away from my parents. I could have done anything. But there was always this thing in my mind that my parents are investing a lot of money in me. If I'm in Delhi, I mean, there's a lot of expenditure. So and my conscience never allowed me to cheat my parents, basically. So that's how it was. And then there was always this fear, you know, that if I don't crack the entrances, so for a woman, I mean, it's like शादी करा देंगे, BA हो गई है, इसके बाद नहीं पढ़ोगे, शादी हो जाएगी. I think because of that fear also, I think I continued performing well in my academics.
You've always been involved in athletics, right? You've always been an athletic person. Yeah. You also captained the handball team when you were in college. Mm-hmm. I think this was in Jammu and Kashmir as well as in Delhi, right? Bodybuilding. Yeah. Where did that begin? Because look, a lot of people take up fitness, right? But to move from fitness as maybe a hobbyist, as something you do as a hobby, right? To take it to the next level where you're competing professionally. So when did that shift happen? That's always something I'm very interested to know whenever I'm interviewing people who are professionals in the fitness arena.
Exactly. So when I moved to Delhi in 2012, and wherever my college was located, I could not really travel to that stadium where so I was a handball player, just as you said. So I couldn't really move to that stadium every day because it was about 4-5 hours away from my location, and I had to change a couple of buses to reach there, and to do it in a cab was something that I was not very familiar with. I was 18, 17, struggling, trying to settle in a new city. But what happened was that I couldn't be without fitness, and that's how I joined a gym. I would work out like 3 times in a day, like go to the gym in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. I was just going crazy about it. I was really, really enjoying lifting weights. And then somebody in my gym kind of pointed me out and said that you don't really lift like a normal woman. Why don't you take this up professionally? And I just didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, what's that? He was like, there are competitions. You're supposed to compete and this and that. There are categories, blah, blah, blah. And for me to take a competition like that in India, where I would be in a bikini on the stage, I was not quite ready for it because I had seen a couple of competitions. I did my field research, and I would see men not really respecting those women on the stage who were competing. So I told that guy, he became my coach, and he was also into competing. I told him that I would want to take this at a bigger level. So since I stay in US half a year, I would probably take it in US and then see how it goes, because I feel that it's
Right.
going to be more professional there.
Can you walk us through how you actually overcame that apprehension, and now how do you feel? Do you feel much more confident when you say participating in a bikini competition in India?
So I think it had a lot to do with me acing my first competition. I think if I would not have won it, I wouldn't have gained that confidence. That's number one. Secondly, when I won this competition, a lot of media wanted to cover me in India. But my dad has a very prestigious personality in Jammu and Kashmir. So I was still apprehensive of the media from Jammu and Kashmir covering me, because there's a lot of politics and a lot of things, and I didn't want my father to face any of that because of me. But what happened was that my dad kind of supported me the most in this whole situation. So coming to anybody in the society trying to say anything about me, saying, this woman is wearing a bikini on the stage and this and that or whatever, that kind of completely, there was no question of anybody pointing that on me, because my dad was with me.